Welcome back to Unleash Your Healthy Self. I'm Brent Livesay, PhD in cell biology, and this is Dr. Cameron Bishop. He is a licensed acupuncturist in the state of Florida, and today we're going to give you some tips on how to handle stress. Stay tuned.
Well, stress was originally an engineering word, so we've adopted it into English to talk about our body's reaction to outside events. A person on the outside uh, may show no stress in their face. And there's actually a concept with boundary types. It's a whole area of research. But what's interesting about it is that one person may show no stress outwardly, and another person would show lots of stress outwardly. The most interesting part is internally, their cardiac function, the respiration, blood levels, all this type of stuff do both show stress. So that's kind of interesting. So it's important to learn how to monitor your own stress and learn how to control it because stress makes everything worse.
I find that stress can have some effects as far as making me really tired, drained, but that can also make me really irritated and upset with the situation. So they don't always happen at the same time. I know sometimes work stress is more just the tired out kind, that there's just so much demand on me that it causes me to be drained, but it's not an irritation the way maybe, say, a financial crisis would create a lot of even anxiety with the stress.
True. I'm always fascinated with patients that come in. They come in, they don't realize how much stress they're under because they're the primary whatever in their family. They're just taking care of business. There's top stressors in life: getting married, getting divorced, being sick, somebody sick in your family, a death in your family, getting a new job, losing a job, changing a job, all these type of things, financial things. So all these, if you have create stress. If you have one of them, you're under stress. If you have more than one, you're moderate or severe stress. But I have people come in and the husband lost the job, they're starting a new job, they're moving, the kid's sick. They're supposed to be stressed, and they get a lot of relief when I tell them you're supposed to be stressed. If you weren't, you would be a psychopath. So this kind of gives them some relief that they realize that it's normal what they're in, what they're feeling.
I would say that for me, when I'm in work stress where there's not the anxiety or the mind racing component, it's just the tiredness, taking a micro break can be a great way to de stress. And what that looks like for me is maybe it's the middle of the workday and I'm able to take a break. And for me to create this relaxation, I have to close my eyes because there's just so much distraction out there. And then creating a relaxing environment with the audio. I'm just having complete silence, or I'm having some relaxing music or some inspirational music, but no dialogue, no back and forth, anything I have to actually listen to and respond to in my mind. And I find that doing that 5, 10, 15 minutes will create a, just a reset and a burst of energy when I go back to work.
Yeah, there's actually research on that of taking these micro breaks for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And the key is that you really do nothing. You don't, scroll emails or go on Instagram or, things like that. So it's just your brain kind of shuts off and you actually are more productive and can get more done.
I like what you said about support. Letting your friend know it's okay to be under stress, or someone in your family, you're able to tell them that you're under stress, and they're able to respond by saying, "You are under stress. That is normal." I think that's a great way, or a great first step, really, to releasing the the bad feeling of, "Oh, I shouldn't be stressed," and now that's making me even more stressed.
Right, exactly. Another one I see with patients often is they'll say something like, well, I tried meditation and it didn't work. And it doesn't work if you're very stressed and you're going to start meditation today or yoga today or something like that. It doesn't, because de-stressing or learning to control your stress should have been started, months ago. It's kind of like you want to move tomorrow. You're going to move everything out of your house and you decide to go to the gym tonight to get muscles to do it. It just doesn't work. It kind of sounds ridiculous. So it's the same thing. So you want to kind of start cultivating these skills, just like any other skill, like learning to drive or whatever else, way beforehand, so you have it there when you need it. And meditation might not be for you. I find, again, a lot of athletic people just need to move. Their bodies just are made to move, and they have a job now where they're just sitting around or driving around and they're not getting that movement. So, one of the best things is to walk after you eat. They don't have to do something extensive, but to get that movement back in. I've seen a lot of people get a lot of relief from doing that. Of course, you can do Tai Chi or yoga, something you like to do, so you'll do it every day. Another one is dance. Get up and dance for 10 minutes. Turn on your favorite music. You talked about sounds. Nature music. There's studies that say if you listen to nature music, you'll feel better. Even if it's recorded nature music, it'll make you feel better. Another good one is just go out in your yard in your bare feet. Just ground your body, listen, breathe, and so forth. And breathing's a good one. There's a lot of ways to breathe and figure out which one works for you. Myself, I like the Balance app, and it has a lot of different ways to teach you. And the one that works for me is 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out. And it doesn't mean that's going to work for you. But I've been doing that way over a year daily, and I've noticed it's made a big difference in my life. So there's another breathing technique that they use with panic attacks. This video is not about panic attacks, but I find it's very useful, especially in an acute, stressful situation. So the whole idea is you look around the room and you look for 5 things you can see. It's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 breathing technique. And it's 5 things you see. So I see my gold clock, I see my filter, I see my water jug, I see my glasses, I see a lamp. So I see multiple things. And then it's 4 things you can feel. So I feel the chair, I rub my feet on the carpet, I'll feel Brent, and I might feel my belt or something like that. So 4 things you feel. And then it's 3 things you can hear. So I stop and I can hear my own voice. I can hear the filter going off. I can hear the water out there lapsing. And then it's 2 things you can smell. So I want to make a joke about Brent, but he actually doesn't smell. But 2 things you can smell. And the last one is 1 thing you can taste, which is easy to just do whatever's in, the last flavor you have in your mouth from eating. So those 5 things, those 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 actually uh, ground you back into the moment and put you back in a de-stress state. So that one's, a really good one too. Also, you can explore biofeedback. You can explore forest walking, grounding outside, we talked about. There's all kinds of other things you can explore. And some things that will make it all worse, alcohol does, especially the next day. Sugar bombs will make it worse. It'll take your energy up and then crash you. Poor food will make it worse. But things that make it better is taking a break, going on a walk. Um, Another one is a weighted blanket. Weighted blankets are very comforting to a lot of people. We talked about listening to music. You can go get a massage. And another good one is go get some acupuncture. Acupuncture is highly effective on putting your body back into the parasympathetic or relaxation response.
I
And
can attest to that. Acupuncture is can be very relaxing if you're in the right situation.
yeah, I love to do that where people are having a really bad, I call it their year of hail. Everybody sometimes just has a year where everything's going wrong. And, I do 4 or 6 treatments within a few weeks, and their bodies reset to handle things. So I love doing that. Turning off your phone, stretching, there's all kinds of other things to do. Um, Chill to your favorite tunes. We talked about dancing. There's so much we can do.
I noticed a lot of the things that Dr. Bishop is talking about seem to be distractions. I think distraction is kind of a bad word in our culture sometimes, but this is not one of those times. Distracting means you're not focusing on the stressor. You're not focusing on the problem, and you're actually doing something healthy for yourself.
Yeah, there's some research on in cognitive behavioral therapy too about cognitive distortions and how you view the stress at the time. So there's a great book out there called Feeling Good by Dr. David Burns, and I read that decades ago, and it's very helpful. So there's apps out there, Curable app and a few other that help you learn those skills, how to rewrite it. And another one we talked about your own superpower within you is the whole idea that you know how to talk to your best friend. If your best friend has a bad day, you know what to say. You know how to cheer them up. It's you got this. It's going to be okay. You're smart. You know how to cheer up your best friend. But to do it to yourself, give yourself a high five in the mirror and talk your way to yourself about how it's going to be okay, like you would to your best friend. You already have that skill, so now you do it to yourself.
That's a great idea. I want to go back to where you said that alcohol is not something that helps stress. And I think a lot of people associate alcohol with happy times and with de-stressing. So I'm wondering if maybe it's more the fact that if I'm drinking alcohol with my friends, that I'm with my friends and we're talking and we're sharing and having a good time, or if I'm alone, I'm just taking time for myself to think about something pleasant, but I'm also drinking alcohol with it.
Well, I think we're advertised to that alcohol is necessary for fun or part
Mm.
of fun. So if you look at TV commercials, they're all, barefoot, shirtless on the beach, drinking a beer, or they're coming into a bar and it's a big, pretty plastic people. So it's associated with it. But I wasn't so much talking about culturally or trying to, do a downer on alcohol. Some people's systems are more susceptible because it is a depressant. Alcohol is a depressant, and also it's often heavy sugar. And what sugar does is makes you go up and then makes you go down. So often people the next day feel worse. We know if the next day after drinking, you actually feel more pain. You're more susceptible to pain. Your pain levels are higher and your moods are more moody and things like that. So how do you get out of it? You drink more alcohol. So you get into that cycle. In Chinese medicine, we say uh, alcohol moves the liver qi, and you get it moving, but then it gets more stuck. So you have to make it move again.
So we've heard some ways, actually a lot of ways, that a person can say, I'm going to do this to help myself. And we've also heard some ways that other people can help us by providing support and letting us know that feeling stressed is a normal thing. And we've also heard about how going to a practitioner like an acupuncturist can be helpful. And so we'd also like to point out that there are other herbs, medicinals, micronutrients, macronutrients, other ways that your practitioner can help you. So,
And if you do feel overwhelmed, call a hotline or contact a medical provider, pastor, or friend. And thank you for watching Unleash Your Healthy Self. And please subscribe.